Hey, what's up? My name is Daniela and this video is about my 2018 reading project. One of my goals for 2018 is to reread at least 5 books, which I gave 5 stars to more than 5 years ago. So in this video I'm going to decide which ones I'm going to read. So I went to the depths of my Goodreads account and I found all the books I gave 5 stars to in 2012 and earlier. I found around 50 books. So obviously there is Harry Potter and I'm going to reread Harry Potter probably next year. There were also 5 books by Haruki Murakami, who is one of my favorite authors, and I definitely want to reread all these books, but that's also another project. And these books were 1Q84, Hard-Boiled Wonderland and the End of the World, The Window-Bird Chronicle, After Dark and Kafka on the Shore. There's one book that I'm currently reading and that will count to the challenge, and that is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I'm really enjoying it. And I have divided the rest of the books into a few categories, so there are books that I have already reread pretty recently, like a few years ago maybe. And these include Raven by Edgar Allan Poe, Changing Places and Small World by David Lodge, Pygmalion by George Bernard Shaw, The Pit and the Pendulum by Edgar Allan Poe, and The Bold Soprano by Eugen Ionesco. Then there is a group of books that I don't feel like rereading, and reading them once was probably enough. And these are Love is Just a Word and I Confess by Johannes Mario Zimmel, then The Blue Nowhere by Jeffrey Deaver, Pierre and Luz by Romero Land, The Solitude of Prime Numbers by Paolo Giordano. I don't remember a single thing about this book. Next I have We Children from Bahnhof Zoo by Christiane F., The Brothers Lionheart by Astrid Lindgren. I'm actually afraid to reread this one because I remember being totally destroyed by this children's story because it's really intense. Then we have In the Penal Colony by Franz Kafka. Now I love Kafka, but this story was probably enough to read once. And the last 2 in this category are Lord of the Flies by William Golding and Death is My Trade by Robert Merle. So the next category are books that I may reread one day, but I don't feel like doing it this year, and these are The Day of the Triffids by John Wyndham, Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky. I mean, there are other Russian tomes that I could get to, so this is not a priority. The Inspector General by Nikolai Gogol, The Orange Girl by Justin Gordon, and finally 1984 by George Orwell. That's obviously a great book and I think it's one of the most important books of the 20th century, so definitely read it, but I don't feel like rereading it this year. And the last category are the books that I might actually reread this year. Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy, Siddhartha by Hermann Hesse, Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov, Lucky Jim by Kingsley Amis, The Elegance of a Hedgehog by Muriel Barbary, Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, Animal Farm by George Orwell, The Trial by Franz Kafka and The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka, Laughable Laughs by Milan Kundera, The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, Tracy's Tiger by William Saroyan, and Steppenwolf by Hermann Hesse. The ones I want to read the most are definitely Tracy's Tiger, because that used to be one of my favorite books and I haven't reread it for some time, so I just want to refresh my memory and see if I still love it. Another book I really want to read this year is Animal Farm by George Orwell, because I think I read that in high school, so it's been a while. And I bought it last year, so it's perfect. The next one will probably be Laughable Loves by Milan Kundera. Another book I bought last year, The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. So I have read this book several times too, and it's one of my favorites. Recently I attended a pub quiz and there was the first sentence from The Little Prince and I didn't recognize it, which was kind of awkward, and other team members saved me. So yeah, it's time for a reread. So yeah, counting Pride and Prejudice, I have 5 books, and we'll see if I read some more of the mentioned books. This is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!